Hello and Happy New Year. Welcome to 2018. So in doing my Chinese cooking with Keith, as you know, I've failed to post and I was faithful and then I stopped and then I'm not going to. So one of the things I made as a New Year's resolution is that I'm going to totally get back into it. Got a haircut. Of course, I have to take a shower and make it look better. But anyway, enough about me. I hope everybody had a great New Year. And today I'm going to be doing a celery and beef. So I'm basically, that lighting still is not good, is it? So I have the beef here. So this is I just have a chunk of beef that I'll cut up. And I'm going to have celery. But this celery is a little bit different, as you've noticed, because this particular celery, I buy it at the Chinese market, so it's the like thin ones and stuff. Let me show you how to do the cutting, and so that way I don't bore you to death. I'll show you how to do all the cutting. I'm going to cut the film, then I'll come back and do it after that. So one of the things I do like about cooking is that we should be able to try to use everything you can use. So the reason for me doing this is I'm just going to cut the leaves, and I cut them out up to there because what I really want is the stalk itself, right? So pop that out, and we're just going to get rid of the leaves. So as you see, I'm just going to put the leaves back here. Those will go into a nice little processor or whatever and do its thing, because all I want is this. And I'll be cutting all that up as well as our beef. So for the beef, I just take a thin slice like this. I've now cut it very thin. So I don't know if you can tell, but if you're looking at this, either side, see the thinness? And then what I'm gonna do from that, now that I've cut that, I don't know if you can see that. Let me try to turn this to the other side. You know, one side's better than the other, right? Okay. So now what I'm going to do is take this little piece. I'm then going to make it into little slivers like this. So they've now become little slivers like so. See? Little slivers. Then when I do that, one more cut, I promise, this is all I'm cutting. Then I cut them down because basically the beef and the broccoli is going to be a little dish. Now, you can cut the beef down as yay, or because this particular dish is going to have bigger pieces of celery, what I can do is just take the pieces and just make them same thinness, but I can just basically thin it out like this. Because it just fries up quicker, doesn't take that long to fry, and then I end up with a little piece, like little skinny piece. See, that's all you need to do. So, that being said, I will be right back. I'm gonna have to cut all this up, and that shouldn't take me more than 5 minutes. Anyway, see you in a minute. Okay, welcome back. So now you saw all the cutting to do. I actually have marinated the beef because I had some stuff to do. So I was like, I'll just marinate the beef. So I just used a little bit of cooking wine, a little bit of soy, like probably like just some drops just to give it a little coating, a little bit more of the cooking wine, and then I added a little bit of cornstarch. And the reason for that is just, I don't know, no idea. So the other thing I'm going to do is, and I forgot to get this out earlier, so my apologies. I needed to get out the anses. Now I'm going to be using anses because, and I think I'm correct, the star ants. I use this in the cooking of the beef, so that way the smell, get rid of the beef smell because it's just easier. So in order to do that, I'm just going to take a couple of those out. That's all I need. Hopefully everybody's having a great afternoon. I'm a little bit chilly. So, you know, we're in Austin, Texas. Well, and the whole country right now, I was just listening to the news, the whole country's in like this Arctic cold weather. I don't know what that's all about, but I cannot wait to go back to normal temperatures, trust me. All right, as normal, I just like what I do. I can't talk today, can you tell? Oh my gosh, I'm having a hard time talking. So I'm just gonna do the beef really quick. Unfortunately, I did not have garlic today, so I'm gonna have to go without garlic. Sad, but that's all right. Sometimes not having the garlic will be fine. So I'm gonna heat the wok up, get that up to a nice brisk hot. Now I am gonna add a little bit of ginger, and I didn't have, Ironically, in this cooking show today, I didn't have my ginger nor my garlic because as you watched my shows before, I like everything fresh. So I cut up everything fresh. I just feel like it gives you better quality food. But I am going to use a little bit of ground ginger in with this as well today. So a little bit of chili you can use. Now, if you want to make it spicy or not spicy, remember I told you I have my little chilies that I like to use. So if you want to make yours spicy, I recommend that you can do the chili. If not, leave it out. Depends on your taste. Typically speaking though, I find that using some spice actually just, I don't know, makes the dish, it seems like it makes the dish a little bit more tasty. But then again, you know, that's me, and I like all my food quite a little bit spicy. So I'm just gonna chop this up. Turn on a little bit of, and I'm enjoying this Pandora Station Youth Radio, Young Folks Radio. Sorry, couldn't think of the name. I'm telling you, I'm having a hard time talking. I don't know why. My brain's dead, and I didn't even party last night that much. Just a little bit. Cooking. As we're waiting on the oil to heat up a little bit more, I'll know that because I'm gonna add in this. Oh, I hear it. Hear it? Okay. So let me show you what I'm doing. I'm gonna take the tension off of me for once, and I'm going to go to the wok. Now, by the way, if you watched my shows before, you know that I totally hate electric, but when you don't really have a choice, you don't have a choice in life. So, I've stirred that up. I'm now going to add in the beef. And remember, I'm using the ansis because I don't want it to have any of the... And please be careful because when you cook the peppers, woo, a little ginger, a little bit of ginger. Now, I just like to saute this a little bit until it gets brown. I'm avoiding any pink in there at all. So it's a quick saute. We should have recorded how long it's going to take us because this video is going longer than it should have, but that's all right. But the dish itself doesn't take that long. So that's going on. We're still stirring this around. And to be honest with you, ironically, there is no smell. So you know, like when you're cooking beef and stuff, you have that smell. I live by the fact that star anise actually does take that beef smell out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna remove the ants because I'm done with it. So I don't need this anymore. And I'm gonna add in the celery. Okay, so let's add our celery. Now, however much you use is however much you use. I can't tell you, like, you know, how much to or not to use. But now, this is gonna cook, and what I'm trying to get is the celery will have to cook down for a few minutes. So this, as you know, I wanted to work on a book. If I had the money to do it, I would. But I'm looking at doing a book because most of the dishes that you guys see me make, we don't usually go over 10 minutes in making these dishes, so I thought about why don't I just create my book? But if you do want a recipe for the dishes, like so any dishes that you see that I actually do, please subscribe and send me a message, and then I can get back to you with the recipe. So, and again, I'm just gonna stir this up now. Flavoring for this, as you know, I have 5 staples that I always use. I use a little bit of soy sauce, so we're going to have to add that. And as you see, I'm just adding on my flat spoon. And this is the light soy, premium. This is just premium soy sauce. I don't use a dark one, and I only use a spatula full of that. I'm going to then add in, hold on, I want to add in a little bit of my salt. How to get my spoon. So, again, a little salt. Woo. And you don't want to make it too salty. Remember, because you're using chicken bouillon, which can be a little bit salty too. So All right, those are what I'm gonna use in this particular dish. And I don't know if you can see, oh my God, it smells delicious. I love the smell of celery. Now, I don't know if you can see this. I'm gonna push this over a little bit closer. That way you guys can see. Look at that. I wish you could smell through a phone. I'm sure that technology is coming soon. As you do know, if you want to learn how to make this is homemade chili. Like, has 4 ingredients in it, but I have to sell you this recipe. Can't really give it to you. I make this homemade, and it takes a lot on your hand because chop, 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 chop. The ingredients for that. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of that as well. It is spicy because as it sits longer, it ferments, right? So I only need a little bit of this, trust me. So I'm just using a little tablespoon, and we'll show you what that looks like. I also like it because it adds a nice color in with the celery. That red just kind of makes it pop. What I think. So, oh, that's looking good. Looking delicious. Now, I do sample, as many cooks will do. You have to sample because you need to be able to see how the flavor is, right? So, let's do a little quick sample of this. Hopefully everybody's having a good Monday. I kept thinking it was Sunday, but it's... Oh my gosh, my phone just fell out of the clip. All right, sorry for that, guys. User error. Okay, so I'm gonna take a little bite of this because I just wanna see how the flavor is at the minute. Oh, okay. That's it. I'm coughing because the spice, but oh my God, this dish is perfect, and that's how you cook that dish. And give me 1 minute. Turn the oven off. Now I added a little bit too much spice. Jason always tells me don't use so much of that spice, and I use a lot because it after a while it lasts me. This jar can last me forever, for like a year. All right, so that is this. This is celery and beef, and voila. So we'll do it this way. Looks a little bit more colorful, but it tastes absolutely deliciousness. So I hope you guys enjoy this dish. Thank you so much for watching. I would appreciate that if you are already a subscriber, that you ask friends and family to subscribe. I'm gonna start doing live videos, so I'm gonna schedule the live video. And I think I had a great idea, like for every minute that I'm on, I take off a piece of clothing. So, I wonder how that would work. Maybe that'll make me go viral. All right, so I hope everybody has a wonderful afternoon. Again, thank you for watching Chinese Cooking with Keith, and today was beef and celery. Have a good one.